Hello everyone, my name's Gemma and this is the Daily Thread. Welcome back. It's lovely to have you here again on my channel. I know it's been a little while, so I've actually got a bumper lot of makes for you today. I think there is 6 in total, so I hope you'll enjoy me talking through those. I wanted to briefly touch on the Stitch Festival, which was back in March, and I know you've probably seen all the other vloggers talk about the Stitch Festival, so I won't go into too much detail, but I wanted to chat a little bit about it. What else? I've only bought one fabric in the last few months, can you believe it? I'm doing quite well in sewing. Well, not sewing through my stash because that'll probably take me years, but choosing and using fabrics from my stash. So it's quite satisfying actually. And I'll also talk to you about a couple of things that have been going on recently. So let's get started. The first thing I wanted to talk you through is actually what I'm wearing today. So I'm wearing an old Tilly and the Buttons Freya top, but this is a relatively new make and it's the new Craft House everyday waistcoat. This is a Liberty quilting cotton in this sort of cream background with these little ditzy flowers in like lilacs and pinks. On the other side, and it is completely reversible, is a Rifle Paperco cotton, which is called the Strawberry Fields design, and I've fully bound all the edges. I made my own bias binding and I've like flat felled some of the seams so I can literally just turn it inside out and wear the other side if I want to. So the new Craft House everyday waistcoat is quite a straightforward pattern. I made this size 12. I just quilted it in a vertical line this time, but obviously you can do any design you want. I used a wadding that is a bamboo and cotton mix. I think I got that quite a while ago from Backstitch, and I think it's nice and breathable. It's thick enough but not too thick, so I would recommend that as a mix. And yeah, that's about it really. You can add pockets, and I sometimes do find myself trying to put my hands in pockets that aren't there, so maybe I should have added those. And you can also add a little tie if you want to keep it closed, but I thought I'd just go for the very basic version and not add any of those extras. So yeah, that's my first make. The next make I want to talk about is, now let me dive on the floor. It's a self-drafted dress in this beautiful like cobalt blue viscose from Rainbow Fabrics. Again, I'd had it quite a while and I really wanted to sew it up for the Stitch Festival weekend because it was also the Sew Yellow for Endo what's it called, challenge, and I don't wear yellow. It's not really a colour that suits me as such, but I thought with this having like ditzy yellow flowers I could get away with it. So it's quite a basic dress. It's got a round neck, a tie closure at the back with a little keyhole. It's got shirring on the sleeves and the waist, and it's like a midi length, and there's no ruffle on the bottom or anything. And like I say, it's self-drafted from a bodice block that's like adapted to my size really. So I think I can play around quite a lot with that, like change the sleeves and you know, all sorts really, but I just thought it's quite a nice, easy wearing dress, perfect to show off the fabric. Yeah, and I quite liked it. Let me know what you think. Let's see what I've got next. So I made this one a little while ago, hang on. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen it. So it's a Nikko dress, Nikko dress by True Bias in this absolutely gorgeous viscose ribbed jersey. As you can see, it's definitely got drape to it, which is perfect for this dress because it's so long. I really wanted it to be like a long, classy winter dress that just skims. I didn't want it to cling, especially around the tummy area. So I think I bought 2 meters, and you do technically need more than 2 meters to make it, but I cut off the sleeve where it basically fit onto the fabric. So I was like, oh, I'll just have whatever length I can fit on. And as it turns out, that's pretty much the perfect length for my arm. So it's a full length sleeve, even though I cut the pattern short. So maybe the sleeves are a little long on this pattern, I don't know, because I've not made it before. But yeah, when you make the dress version, it has a slit down, is it both sides? Both sides. And with this fabric, it just behaved so nicely. The slit looks really nice and professional. And it just behaved so well. I'm not convinced on the colour, if I'm honest. I don't know if it is my colour, but I just felt like it was a lovely one to make for the winter. And with boots and a denim jacket, it looked quite nice. So I'll give it a go again when it gets cold later in the year. Hopefully it'll be something quite, you know, a staple make that I reach for. But with having a smallish child, like he's nearly 6, so, you know, you kind of need to be practical most of the time. And I don't know if the colour is practical enough, but we shall see. Again, let me know what you think, but I would definitely recommend the fabric, and that is from Bornella fabrics. And I know Tanya got in some other colours, so I think there is like a cobalt blue, there might be a navy, and there was a black as well. But it is just lovely. It's lovely and soft and drapey, so yeah, I'd recommend black as well. But it is just lovely. It's lovely and soft and drapey, so yeah, I'd recommend. Right, so next make is a little bit different actually. It is a bag. So I'll show you how I'm planning to wear it and you'll get a better view. So there we go. It's called Le Sac Banane, and it is an Atelier Brunette pattern. I purchased a kit for this bag over a year ago now, and it came with literally everything you can see. So I think I ordered it to make a dual, as in dual, two colours, because this is like a panel design and you can even have 3 colours on each of those panels. But my kit came with this coloured gabardine and the black coloured gabardine, and the black was supposed to be the main colourway, but I don't know if you've noticed, I don't really wear black, and I thought if I have a full black bag across me, I might not use it because it will sort of be overpowering to my outfit. So I decided to see if I could get the whole thing out of the green, and you can see that I did it. Now, I have to say the instructions for this pattern weren't great. I'd say it's quite a complicated bag for this sort of bum bag, a crossbody style, because it's got two different zips. Obviously this one at the front, it's fully lined, as you can see there. And all the different panels were just, yeah, a little bit confusing, but I loved what came in the kit. So you get a label, you get, I don't know what this is called, is it a two-way zip, where you've got, you know, it goes to both ends and you've got the two actual zips there. You've got your standard zip at the back, the webbing and the hardware that came with that, and also the, I think these are called anorak press studs. And you can see that bit at the front is fully lined as well, so it's kind of like a pocket at the front. Yeah, so going back to the instructions, I used a combination of the written instructions and there's an online video. The video is in French, but I understand you might be able to translate things on Google these days. Not that I did. So I sort of struggled between a French video and some kind of rubbishy instructions. If it is just me that's interpreted those badly, then I do apologise. I just felt like they were a bit brief, especially if you haven't sewn a lot or made any bags. And I've never made any bags that involve, you know, complicated techniques or adding more than one zip. You know, I've made the very basic little wash bags that you tend to make when you start sewing, but I needed a bit more information than what the instructions were giving me. But I'm actually super pleased with how this came out. I added, I don't know if you can see that, a tiny little leather label that says the daily thread, and then I thought the Atelier Brunette one looked quite good on the front. So I think this is going to be super useful when I'm on holiday, or, you know, when you just want to be a bit more secure with your belongings, being on the front. So I think, yeah, it's going to be really useful, and I'm really pleased with the finish. And obviously using different hardware and things, so it's different techniques, and it's just really satisfying. So I would recommend it if you've been sewing a while and you want a bit of a challenge, but there are lots of other like bum bag style bag patterns available, so if you do want to go for something a bit simpler, maybe do that. But that is that make number 4? Yeah. Right, I'll just grab a drink. This one is quite straightforward, and it's a pair of Safiya trousers from the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book. I've made these in a viscose linen in like a sagey green colour. You know I love that. And I did make them a bit shorter because, again, I didn't quite have the right length of fabric. So, and I also did want them cropped because I want to be able to wear them in warmer weather. What label did I add on this one? Made by hand. Where does it focus? There we go. And I just think they're going to be a really nice staple for my summer wardrobe. Obviously with them being plain, they'll go with loads of pattern tops and things. Yeah, I was saying to somebody the other day, I've made about 4 pairs of Safiya trousers, but there's something that's gone wrong with pretty much all of them, and I don't know why, because they are very straightforward. So I would recommend it if you're looking for a simple pair of like elasticated at the back and flat fronted trousers. Go for this one because it is really simple but effective. So I'm trying to think what size I made. I think I made the size 5. And I may even need to adjust the rise a little bit actually for next time. I think I need a bit more at the back so it does come up a bit further, but I'm happy with those for now. They're absolutely fine. So yeah, and there's one more make to show you, and this one I've literally just finished. I don't have any photos of it, but I will be putting it on Instagram, and it's very bright. It's this Cielo top by Closet Core Patterns, and I made, let me see, so I sized down to a medium in this because I checked the finished measurements and it looked quite oversized, so I think I fell into the large size, but decided to make the medium. I've gone for like the boxy cropped one, and it finishes just below the waistband of my jeans, so that's fine for me. But as you might have seen here, I've bias bound the hem with some lovely bias binding from the Specky seamstress that says made to measure, because I didn't want the hem to be any shorter. It would definitely be cropped if I'd have taken it up the amount that the instructions recommend. I've also adapted the sleeve because I cut I think it's the long one. Yeah, there's a long and a short. So the normal short one is like a t-shirt sleeve, but I loved the volume that was in the longer one. But when it came to it, it was going to come below my elbow because it has this sort of cuff piece that adds on, and I should have probably tried it. I just decided I didn't want that, because this to me screams like summertime. So I tend to like a short sleeve in summertime, and I've adapted it so it's got a tiny cuff instead. I was going to go for elastic, but it just wasn't sitting very nice, so I decided to gather it into a cuff instead, and that'll come above the elbow now. I've used a little Rosy Cheeks label that says Craft Couture, and this is a Nerida Hansen fabric that I've had in my stash for quite a while, unfortunately, otherwise I would have told you where it was from. It was either from Lamazi or Sew Me Sunshine, but I just loved these large flowers, and I think they might go quite nicely with these trousers. So yeah, that might make quite a nice outfit. But that one is literally hot off the machine, so I need to try it on actually. I need to try it on properly, get some photos. Yeah, so let me know what you think about all of those makes. I'd love to hear your opinions, what you think works, what you think doesn't work. I'm aware there's quite a few different colours there, so yeah. Right, let's move on. So the Stitch Festival. The Stitch Festival was on back in March in London, in the Business Design Centre, which is over Islington Way. And I went on Saturday, as did a lot of other people. It was really busy, but it was also really fun. I spent most of the day chatting to people and just sort of, yeah, just chatting and bumping into different people that you didn't expect to be there. By lunchtime, I still hadn't bought anything. And I think it was just one of those times where I didn't feel overwhelmed, but it was more that I wanted to focus on socialising than buying stuff, and I found it difficult to focus on buying things, if that makes sense. But I did make a couple of purchases. I've left my fabric over the other side of the room. Hang on. Buy one fabric, and it might be a bit of an impulse purchase because I don't know if these are my colours, but it was just such a standout fabric. It has been washed, and you'll have to excuse the fact that it's all creased, but here it is. It's a viscose crepe, and it's from Pigeon Wishes. Now, I think I saw that Georgie from Hey So Sister had this in. But look at all those different colours. Isn't it mad? With a bit of like neon, but also some neutrals in there. Now, I'd thought of making another Atelier Brunette pattern, and I'm sure it's called Le Blouse. Anyway, it's the one that's got sort of like loads of fabric. I think it's a batwing blouse design, but I just thought that would look really cool in it. So we'll have to see if I talk myself out of that. Like I say, I think it was a bit of an impulse purchase, but the colours were just amazing, and I've not seen anything like it before. I've also never sewn with a viscose crepe, and I know it doesn't behave any different to a viscose challis, for example, but it's just got that crepe-like texture. So that was the plan in my head. If you got any other suggestions for what that would look good as, please let me know. I think I bought 2 meters because I know that blouse takes a lot of fabric. Yeah, so we'll see what that's made into. My other purchases were the Tilly and the Buttons Thea trousers. So I'd gone with this in mind. I really wanted to get the pattern in person because I just think it's nice sometimes, isn't it? I tend to buy PDFs mostly, so it is nice to have the occasional paper pattern. I also bought a curve ruler, which hasn't been out the packet yet, but I just think, you know, for adapting any patterns, that'll be perfect. And I got some more Little Rosy Cheeks labels, which, sorry for the shine, one says artisan and one says couture. So I thought they were really cool. And that was all my purchases. As you can see, it wasn't a lot, but like I say, the day was mostly made up of socialising and just seeing lots of different people. We went to watch the catwalk show in the morning, which was like a maker's catwalk, and that was really good. Yeah, it was just a great day of meeting people. It was tiring, but worth it. After the show, we actually went to the So Yellow for Endo party at So Me Sunshine. So it was really nice to meet Harriet and the team over there and see what their studio's like. Check out some fabrics, although I didn't buy any. And we got a little goodie bag, which was very cute. It mostly has like vouchers for discounts and things, but we got this little key ring. Sorry, it's difficult. There we go. Which is kind of like a pin cushion from So Eco Fabrics, and I thought that was really cute. So yeah, Jess, who is So What If I Sew, did a great job of hosting the party and obviously running the challenge throughout the month of March. So I just wanted to give her a little shout out and say, well done, Jess. You've raised a huge amount of money, which is very inspirational, and it was, yeah, a lovely party, so well done. Right, so what am I going to talk about next? Last weekend it was our little sewing social that we hold every 2 months, and it's called Sew Knots. If you want to look for the hashtag on Instagram, it's sew, SEW _ knots, NOTTS. It's a lovely group, and we do have quite a lot of regulars, but if you do want to come, please check us out, and we will let you know when tickets are released for the next event, which is on June the 9th. And then we'll have one in August, and that'll be a little celebration because we've been doing it for a year come August, so that'll be really cool. The last thing for today is, and I've just buried the fabrics, but I wanted to let you know that I'm going to de-stash a few fabrics. Hold on 1 second. So my de-stash account is called the Daily Thread _ de-stash, and that's over on Instagram. If you want to follow, that would be great, and you can just see if I upload, you know, anything. I tend to do it a little bit at a time, but I've got a bunch of them today which I thought I would just show you in case you're interested. So this one is like an embroidered cotton, that was from Pigeon Wishes. I've got an embroidered baby cord, needle cord, like a peach skin in mustard and blue, and then a viscose challis in black and white with hearts on. But unfortunately these are not really my colours. I do love these fabrics, but I think somebody else might give them a better home. So yeah, please do check it out. There's a few patterns on there already and some other fabrics, so hopefully there's something that takes your fancy. Yesterday was quite exciting because I went to have my colours done with Chelsea, that works for Radiantly Me. I am planning to do another vlog about that so I can tell you a bit more information, so watch out for that one. I always love to hear from you, so please do leave comments below. I've also just started a Kofi account. If you did want to make a little donation to the channel, that would be amazing. Obviously I don't expect anything, I really don't. I just make videos because I like to do it, and I really appreciate your support anyway. But I'll leave the link below just for you to check out if you want to. And that's it for today. So I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you again very soon. Take care, bye.